So I've been taking photos for quite a few years now, and I think my style of photography has changed throughout the years. Obviously, it does that to everyone, but the way I edit certain things and the thing I represent now, the photos I show to others, what I think is nice now has changed quite a bit, and I would just want to show you guys my journey. I'm Nicholas Clayton Lee. Let's talk about it. So when I first started photography, it was in Hong Kong. I always did it just for fun, and I loved street photography. So to me, street photography is always where you can practice the most. You can discover what you really love the most, because street photography involves so many different styles of photography. If it's just architecture or landscape or just people, you can just find it all on the street. And it's, to me, till this day, the best way to practice your photography is through street photography, because the weather plays a major role and how fast certain things go, that all plays a major role. And it just shows your own style once you've developed it or you've edited your photo. Certain filters that you put on, or certain designs, or if you want to do certain Photoshop styles, like a lot of people like to exaggerate how big the moon is, and then it's like a really nice moon in the background. That's also another style of photography. But to me, that kind of style never really interested me. What always interested me was taking photos of people. And when I first started, it was always to get as close as possible to a person, just to get more detail. Even though you get yelled at, I've gotten yelled at a few times, especially when you take photos of kids and their parents are there. I got yelled at in Hong Kong before for that, but you just don't care, because at the end of the day, you're just taking photos for yourself. So for me, developing my own street photography style was really important. I obviously loved matte style. Like, a lot of my colors tend to be not as vibrant because I love the color of matte look. I think that's more rugged and it suits the streets a lot more, especially when you're in Hong Kong, where things are very lively. A lot of things are really old and dirty, and I find that really suits the street style a lot more. So that's where I first discovered it, and I really loved it. And then over time, this year, I think I rediscovered a new style which I personally have never seen anyone do before. I think it's very different and it's very controversial, because I know a lot of people have never seen this, that they might not even like it, which, like I said, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, it's just for me to enjoy. But I do want to introduce to the world this style. I call it overexposing whites. That's also my Instagram page. I love how the look of it is. It shows the details of it. I am pretty much overexposing the background, which is just a white, but I'm overexposing it to a point where you can still see the detail of what is happening in the background. But at the same time, the dark part of the photo is what I want you to focus on. You know, in typical photography style, you're looking at the brightest point of the photo and your eyes tends to attract to it right away. I kind of flip it around and tell you to focus on dark point and look at the white afterwards. And you can see in the white background what this place actually is, where it's happening, and what the detail of this actually is. And I find it very interesting. I know a lot of people will not like it. They think, oh, it's very overexposed, I can't see what's going on, which I understand. But I think if you actually just take some time looking into this photo, you can see a lot more than what you originally think. And how I discovered this style is, I was looking at this photo, I was like, why is this person so dark? I want to see more detail. And I played around it, I tried the black and white, and I was like, why don't I try overexposing certain things and underexposing certain things? And I eventually came up with this, and I thought it's very interesting and very different than what others are doing. Like I said, I've never seen this done, not yet at least, but I noticed that if I take this style and use it more of a portrait shoot, it seems like it's been done before. It's more like a very old school style. I love it regardless. For portraits, I think it still works. It enhances your features quite a bit, especially like your cheeks and everything. Your cheekbones, like my friend in this photo, he has really strong cheekbones and you can see it pretty clearly. I honestly think this style of photography works really good with African Americans or darker skinned people, whereas for paler skin, their features won't stand out as much, but I think this style still works really well in general, and it just tells you exactly where I want you to look at right away. You have no choice but to look at that right away, and then you will slowly look around and be, oh, this is where he is. Like for this person just right here, you can see him right away and his shadow looks really nice, but then you notice that, oh, he's at the CN Tower. Just look at the background and be like, there's so much stuff that can go on as well. Even if it's in group photo, I can just tell you which person I want you to look at right away, and I can show you the details of it just in black and white, and I just overexpose the others. It's just telling your eye where to focus right away, whereas sometimes you're looking at the brightest spot, but sometimes you can't really find it. So I find that this style of photography is pretty unique, and as well, if you're shining light on it, there's a bit of fade, which I think it's a really cool way of also kind of bending the style a bit. And I find this really interesting, especially for street photography. It's a really unique style of looking at things. It's not just a typical black and white photography. I also know that the style is more in the edit rather than taking the photo, but I do notice that if I have that style in my head, there are certain photos that I really try to go for rather than just taking street photography photos for everything. It has evolved me a bit where I'm thinking about the edit rather than just trying to make a photo and just flip it by adding a filter on top. So it's nice to see myself improving because I can feel myself thinking about the edit of seeing the final product after I have added my preset onto this. I love seeing that in myself. I love noticing my own improvements and seeing how I could get even better from here on. I'm really looking forward to what I can do with this. I'm wondering if one day I can make an album or put a gallery out. I think that would be really cool just doing this, because if I one day have a gallery, I already have it all planned out of how I'm going to design my gallery and how I can show people the style of photography like live in like a video. That would be really cool. I've thought about this. I think it's a really nice way of stepping up my game and improving and just being different, because that's what a lot of photographers want to be, just be different than others. I don't want to be like, oh, this person looks just like this person and this person looks just like this person. Oh, everyone's just trying to copy Alex Webb and it's the same style and everything. You're just trying to be a bit different and can't stand out in your own right. And I think this one, like I said, I'm very lucky. I haven't seen anyone yet have done it yet. If you have, let me know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what lies ahead, and I hope you guys enjoyed my photos and you send me a like, or yeah. Anyway, thanks, and I see you later.